Hey guys, this is Dan from bodybuilderinthailand.com, and I'm here doing this live video. So we're going to start doing something different here. We're going to start having a daily live video with questions, and I will answer them. So in the comments of this video, leave your questions for what you want to hear me talk about, what you want to hear me discuss on the channel, and I will do it. That can be anything from like life to working online to bodybuilding to other things that we do. Okay, so the video, the topic that I'm going to do is talking about the differences between Thailand, the Philippines, etc., versus Colombia, South America, living abroad versus living in the United States. Now, when I was at the LA Fit Expo just recently, a lot of people that were there were asking me, or they were interested to see what I would be like, which I wasn't quite expecting that, just because I'm just living as I always am. But people were interested to see whether I was going to be different because I was in the United States rather than being abroad. Also, that was the first time that I've spent time with some of my friends like Aaron Reed and Tony Huge here in America. So those guys, it was funny. It was like when they first saw me, it was like seeing a ghost for them, because like they looked like they'd seen a ghost because I entered their world. Normally they were, going on vacation and, going to Thailand, going to the Philippines, whatever. And then, that's when they would come see me. It would be like their party time or whatever. But now, I invaded their world. So they were shocked to see me. And they said that they were expecting me to behave differently too, expecting me to be depressed or something like that, but that they were surprised because I was acting exactly the same as I always have, exactly the same. And that's basically what I said to them was, yeah, I am always the same. It doesn't matter where I am. I do like being I like traveling. I don't like staying in one place for too long. I don't like to live somewhere for longer than 2 or 3 years. And I think it's fun to go try out a new spot. And I also like to meet the new people, the different people in each place. Every time I go and move to another country or a new place, a new city, etc., it's like I start my life from that moment, so that then I can look back over time and be like, oh yeah, that was from when I moved to that place, or oh yeah, that's when I was living there. It's a big life event when you move cities, etc., move countries. That makes you, it's like a milestone or a landmark event for your life, and you want to have a lot of those in your life so that your life isn't just a blur. You can look back at it, at your life, and be like, oh yeah, that's what I did with my life. That's what I did that year. That's what I was doing during that time. Because accomplishments and projects and completing them, that's how you get happiness in life. So uh, I was at the LA Fit Expo, and specifically, when I first showed up to Aaron's house, because I was staying at Aaron's house at the LA Fit Expo while I was there, and he was like, this is so weird seeing you, man. This is so weird seeing you here, not in Thailand. And I was like, yep, it's me. And then Tony, he was asking me, how I'm not different when I'm in America compared to abroad, because he said he feels different, and I said I don't. And the reason why is, I told him, because he asked me like, why, how, and I said, well, I just feel I'm always the same way that I am. I used to not be that way. I'd go to different places or be with different people or different environments, growing up, high school, college, whatever, different friend groups. But really, when I was about 25 years old, so this was like probably the year before I finished university. That was like when I became comfortable with myself, comfortable with who I am. So now I'm just the same all the time. It doesn't matter who I'm with or where I go or whatever. I just like my lifestyle that I see, that you guys see me with in Thailand or in the Philippines and Colombia and South America, etc. That's just I'm comfortable with myself, and that's who I am now. I'm okay with if people think that I'm stupid or not cool, or like different than them, or just weird, peculiar. It doesn't really matter to me. So if people say that, it's like, yeah, whatever. So because of that, I'm the same no matter where I go. It doesn't matter what culture I'm in, what city I'm in, what country I'm in. I'm always acting the same. And so that, like happiness is something that you take with you. It's not something that you get. You don't become happy because you move to another country or you move to another city. Yeah, you can like have a better life and like more great situations and stuff like that, but the happiness, it won't just like, you won't become happy because you get to a new place. That was one of the things when I would move to a new place too, since it's yeah, Thailand is a blast, complicated motherfucker. uh so when I get to a new place, since I've moved so many times, this is something I noticed, is that I would always be really excited to get to the new place, but then after about a week there, I'd have like a dip in my emotional, like how I felt, where I'd feel kind of depressed for maybe like a week or two, and like, oh, I don't know if I should have come. Like, maybe I should have just stayed where I was. And that's pretty much just natural, is what I figured out, because it happens every time I move to a new place. Just like indecision and stuff like that. But I would think before I go to the new place, like I'm going to be happier in that new place. When I get there, it's going to be cool in that new country or that new city or whatever, and I'm going to be happier. But really, that it didn't really matter where I was. You know, I always would revert to the same like mental headspace or level of happiness, etc. So that was, I learned through that, through going to the different places and being like, you know, I'll be happier when I'm at this place, or you know, like life's going to be even better when I'm here. Like, it didn't really matter where I was, or it didn't really matter where I was moving. The main thing was that you know, like that I had decided, you know, I'm happy with what I'm doing with my life. That's the main thing that makes me, more than where I'm living, what country I'm living in, what makes me feel like things are good. I feel peaceful and I'm cool with where I'm at. It's like, you know, what am I doing with my life? What kind of projects am I doing? How am I, you know, how am I doing things that I can look back on and I can take with me? Not and it's deciding, you know, like, am I going to be satisfied with my life? Am I going to be satisfied with what I'm doing? Because I don't want to look back at my life when I'm older and think like, oh man, like I wasted those times, because you can't get them back. So I want to just make sure that life is filled up with, you know, a lot of great experiences. And worst part of this 26-hour flight. Sorry, I'm reading the comments because this is a live video, so there's comments. But yeah, so when you're thinking about where you want to be or something like that, my advice is that you should just make the effort to be happy first, and to be at your maximum happiness level, and then just take that from place to place with you, instead of thinking like, you know, when I develop this skill, then I'll be happy, or when I get this thing, then I'll be happy, or when I move to this place, then I'll be happy. Happiness is a decision that comes from within, and part of one of the things that I really learned during my travels was that it's a decision that comes from within. And you know, it people, like, one of the things too is that you see is like a lot of people that are really poor living lifestyles where they're as happy as people, you know, here in America. So you'll see people that, you know, they, for their living, they gather fruit, and you know, they make a few cents a day, and they sleep literally like in a cardboard structure on the side of the road. And but they will be happy, and they'll be enthusiastic to talk to you and stuff, or even to try talking to you, like, or if like you speak a little bit of Thai or a little bit of Tagalog, Filipino, you know, you can go and talk to those people and they will be happy. People who are a little bit higher, you know, in the financial ways, in those third world countries, people who maybe they live in a shack but they have a family and they have some kind of work that they're doing consistently. Those people can be super happy and can be more happy than the people in the States, or Western society that have, full houses with all the amenities, and Amazon.com shipping things to their houses and all these things like that. So those people have decided that they're happy, those third world country super poor people, and they're able to be like that, without having a lot of things. And so when I see that, that's one of the things that makes me know from my life, I'm like, okay, well, I see these people who don't have any of the things that I've been taught that I need to be happy, but they are. So why? And you just eventually learn it's a decision that they make. You see it. It's a decision that they make to be happy. They're comfortable with themselves. They're comfortable with who they are, what they are, and they decide to be happy. And that's just what it is. It's a decision that they make, and they do it. And yeah, that's how I want to be. And then what was somebody asked a question a minute ago. Yeah, good for me. Thank you. Somebody asked a question a minute ago on the live chat, and I wanted to answer it. So that's basically, I want to take some questions now. And what I've been doing right now I'm living in the Bay Area, San Francisco. And I'm just training. I'm training upcoming. I'm going to be in America for this year, guys. So I have work to do here. Have I noticed, here, this is a question from John Kevin, have I noticed it's gotten worse in the U.S., Dan? People's attitudes, political crap, etc. Yeah, it did when I was gone, because Obama created a race war here, which was really sick. So, I was always a victim of reverse racism growing up in California, because, my parents are the kind of parents that teach you that, race doesn't exist. And so then when I was homeschooled until 3rd grade, and I got there, and, the kids there, it was mostly Mexican school, and the kids were super racist against me and saying you can't play because you're white or whatever and stuff like that. So that was my first experience to all this stuff, right? But my family and my parents taught me do not even see race. So what was the question? It was something about the situation as it got worse. Yeah. So there's this ideological thing where Obama, while I was gone, he was president, and it seems all of the black people and the white people are pitted against each other now, which it didn't seem that bad before, but now it just seems to be an open war. I'm what the heck? I think there are a lot of differences, inherent cultural differences between black and white people, but we can get along. For example, I had a black roommate in college, and he was one of my best friends, and he's super cool, and I learned a lot about black culture from being roommates with him, and it was fun. It was fun learning. Black lifestyle is a lot different than the way that white people are. So it was another introduction to culture, the way that I like going to different countries and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's kind of right up my alley and stuff like that. But I did notice that because of Obama's presidency, the relations between the races are horrendous here now, which is too bad. Hopefully that gets better. Anyways, so I think that this video is about ready to wrap up now, guys. I'm going to be doing a daily live video like this, and we're going to be doing discussion questions like this about living in other countries, about making money online, working online, about bodybuilding, about, especially with gear, guys. If you guys want to ask me gear questions, mostly on Instagram, and any other things that my channel or I've covered in the past, we're going to be doing that daily here, live video discussion on the Dan the Bodybuilder in Thailand YouTube channel. So in your comments, make sure to leave those questions, and make sure 30 thinking of going on TRT. Yeah, 30 is a good age for TRT. All right. And so with that, leave those questions. We can discuss it. John, if you want to discuss TRT next time, leave your questions in the comments, and we can do a video on that. and I'll talk to you guys later.